All right. Let's get this behemoth out of the box. This is huge. I mean, it's like my whole arm, my whole wingspan. I guess one wing. So, my favorite way to take these out of the box, basically like this. Hiya! Shit, man. This is the biggest Antminer I've ever seen. It just doesn't. It's it's basically two miners in one. Wow, that's quite a design. Bitmain Antminer E9 Pro. This thing's supposed to make $9 to $10 before you pay any electricity bill. This thing is huge. No wonder it's still kind of expensive. I'm gonna throw it in the pod over here. Come on, camera, keep up. What are you doing? Hey, we're back. So this thing mines Ethereum Classic. It's basically the only form of Ethereum you can still mine, if you will. That's the short version of it. You know, it's an ASIC miner. It's a purposeful machine. It's a custom computer. It's supposed to earn passive income, all that stuff, right? So it's pretty simple. We're gonna plug in power. This machine is running two C13 connections down here. We've got an Ethernet connection. This is the attached power supply. This means in this configuration, it's only gonna run on 240 voltage, not your normal wall outlet here in the States. And I really cannot understate the size of this thing. It is just absolutely massive. It is quite literally double the size of a normal Antminer. And oh man. I knew it was a little bit bigger, but I thought it was gonna be like the Z15 Pro. But anyway, let's throw it on the shelf, or at least try to. This is gonna look ridiculous. All right, I'm kind of pissed at you. Why did you not tell me? Why did I not know? Why did I just haphazardly buy a Bitmain Antminer that sounds like every other miner that we've had, like, I don't know, 20 different models and 100 freaking machines? Oh, but this one. I mean, look at me. I look ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know, I'm like the dang Harry Potter spell. Look at this thing. It doesn't fit vertically, and it doesn't fit lengthwise. This is an abomination. I thought the Z15 Pro was large and in charge. He's looking like he graduated Weight Watchers next to the E9 Pro. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Jokes aside, I mean, this is actually a huge pain for me. I can't stand this upright. This is a burdensome miner. And my aspirations to one day move this to 3-phase and deploy 88 miners in here, well, he's not gonna be part of that plan. Where does he go? I don't know. But we've got it set up, we've got it operational. Make sure you lift with your legs or you throw your back out. What a ridiculous form factor that's like a huge burden for every existing mining operator, and even just people who don't have farm stuff set up yet. I mean, it's a massive footprint in comparison. So, you know, hey, so I got that in here in the digital shovel mini pod. If you didn't see the previous video, we've got both sides working now. We are bypassing the smart features because the Raspberry Pi / smart features are not working. But with the built-in ability that we later on finally learned about, the ability to bypass it, we are, well, bypassing it, and thus both sides of the pod are operational. Recently, we have been dunking a lot of miners in the immersion mining shed, so that's why the pod is looking a little empty right now. But, you know, as it always goes, we're deploying more miners. More miners are on order and on the way, and you know, I don't plan on stopping. So let's kind of get into the review of the Bitmain Antminer E9 Pro, this Ethereum Classic miner. The pros, the cons, real-world mining profitability, everything in between, and the fact that it absolutely has the worst form factor that we've ever seen in all of mining history, other than maybe the forest miner. That miner doesn't even work right now, and the forest miners, no, that's probably going to take the cake as worst. Yeah, let's head back to HQ and jump behind the screen. And also there's gonna be a time skip because I'm gonna let some mining data accumulate. In about 7 years of doing this is the second most unsightly miner I think I've ever seen and dealt with. Only other one was that ASIC miner Co miner with the tiger on it. Hit my leg on that one night. Almost never walked again. This thing is a behemoth. Like this is a very big boy. So the Bitmain Antminer E9 Pro. And I wanted to get one of these earlier, but it was just lower on my to get list. There's been a very high amount of miners released over the last couple years. Honestly, it's astonishing and difficult to keep up with, and I do this full time. So make sure to subscribe and tune in to some of our videos where I go over multiple miners in one and compare the pros and cons to each of them if you're either just simply interested in this or pursuing it. Let's get to the price up front, right? So this is a miner that's basically $3,000 to $4,000. It's consuming 2,200 watts, which is relatively low for an ASIC miner, especially of this era. An ASIC miner, right? It's an application-specific integrated circuit miner. These are purpose-built machines, custom computers. They mine normally just one mining algorithm. So we've got the hash rate, which is unique to the mining algorithm here. In particular, this mines ETC hash or the Ethereum Classic coin. This is the successor to the E9 and of course some of their other miners. It's significantly better. It consumes about 300 more watts, but it hashes at 50% higher capacity. Very large. You may notice I'm showing you ASIC Marketplace. They are a supporter of the channel. They've got some of, if not the best prices in the game, and you can save some coin by ordering your miner from them by punching in the code VoskCoin. They've helped us increase the ROI on our operation by getting us miners quickly. Getting the hottest miners in quick has led to increased mining profitability. You could go to Bitmain's official website, their web store, shop.bitmain. I'll link it out down below. But you can't order these from there, they're sold out there. And you're also always hit with the 25% tariff from there. And normally their prices aren't even better than resellers in this era. So, just be advised and do your own research. Ethereum Classic, per mining pool stats, is the fourth most profitable coin to mine with about $436,000 of emissions in the last 24 hours. This is pretty average. ETC is up in price recently, but not by some weird substantial amount. Even Caspa continues to outpace many cryptocurrencies, including ETC, up 37% in the last 24 hours. And just to tease that one for fun, right? Caspa mining is incredibly profitable. These are some of my Caspa miners, all the ones with a K here, earning somewhere between $1 and $85 a day right now. So if you're looking to get into the most profitable coin to mine, I guess, but it's exciting, it's scary, check out our videos on Caspa mining. But let's bring it back to the focus here. The focal point is Ethereum Classic and the E9 Pro. So over $400,000 a day in newly mined coins, it's a lot. People like to write off Ethereum Classic for numerous reasons, and we're not really going to dive into that today. But some other popular mineable coins outside of these top, emission rankings would be like Cadena, Monero, Nervos Network, right? Zcash. And these are putting out $40,000 to $60,000 per day. All of that fits inside of Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic has just been not all that profitable to mine because there's so much overflow over the last couple of years of displaced Ethereum miners and GPU miners looking for a home. Ethereum Classic is the original Ethereum, but it is in a way the abandoned Ethereum. They're still doing some stuff, but it's not a ton of ecosystem development, right? You look at it as a platform, less than $1 million per DeFi llama with basically only one decentralized exchange on it. We recently talked about the ETCMC node, which basically put their own token on top of Ethereum Classic and is in a position to contribute to Ethereum Classic and basically incentivizes you to run an Ethereum Classic node, which is their ETCMC node. But they put it behind a license and all this other stuff. It's an interesting endeavor. Vincent, one of our video editors and key team members here, wrote this great article on his unit, and then I made a video on my unit. And to be frank, I'm bringing this up because this is one of the best things to happen to the Ethereum Classic ecosystem that I've ever seen, because, well, not much happens over there in that ghost town. But it is a ray of light in a dark room. Did you know that TokenFi and their token with the ticker of simply token is up about 43% in the last 30 days. This is a project focused on tokenizing real world assets, born out of meme coin culture and with a heavy hitting marketing team behind them, because this is a sister product to Floki and the Floki Inu token, which is up about 18% in the last 30 days. And that one commands a market cap of over 300 million. These projects continue to heat up, build, and I'm excited for where they're gonna go. And I'm thankful to them for making today's video possible. Learn more about them with the link out in the video description below. So how much is this thing earning? 0.4 ETC per day. I've had it up for just a couple days now. One really weird issue that I ran into with this miner though is you'll notice my hash rate was super low for the first couple of days. 2000 mega hash, 2000 mega hash. And then I had an issue with my mining farm where pretty much all my miners went offline around this period. I believe it was a network issue, but we're still investigating. The bottom line here though is that I have rebooted the device and it's hashing properly now at about 4000 mega hash a second and yielding about 0.4 ETC per day. So let's go into the miner. I'm gonna go into remote into my mining farm right now. Oh, don't mind this. This is just my broken Bitmain Antminer S21. Don't mind that. That's my one that's working. Now, oddly enough, the hash rate exceeds the model's capability of 3680 is the model that I have. And we're gonna check the B-roll just in case I haven't confused that. As you can see running here over the screen, you can always check your miner's model by looking at that sticker there on the top. Near, really that's the control board cover, the brains of the miner. Insane pool rejection rate here of 70%, and it's reporting my average total hash rate here 4,300. And when I look at my scoring hash rate, I'm more towards 4,000. This is significantly beating the projected hash rate for this device, but it's a bit lower than the device says it is. And again, we're dealing with a really weirdly high amount of rejected mining shares. Rejected shares is basically like doing all your work, when you go to turn it in and they say no. You only get paid on what's accepted. And furthermore, you only get paid on what the mining pool is saying you're doing. So this is something I'm going to continue to investigate further, but really at this time it's hashing within the realm that I'm looking for. So until I get a little bit more spare time, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and leave it alone, because you have to understand with miners, if they're working, sometimes that's just good enough. This is a miner that's in competition, right? At 2,200 watts power consumption, 3.68 gigahash a second of mining hash rate against the jasminers. The jasminers are superior machines, right? We look at the recently released, check out our video on it. This thing's interesting and also very large. The X16P. This device consumes 1,900 watts and 5,800 mega hash a second, which would be 5.8 gigahash a second. It's, divided by 1,000. So yeah, it's a way better device, but it costs 10 grand. So I could buy 3 of these for 10 grand and have a higher hash rate, but I would also be consuming more power. The X16Q is a very interesting miner. We have that one as well. We've run it for quite a while. It's quiet. That's what the Q stands for. And it's very low power consumption. This is easy to deploy in your house, in your basement, and so forth. But it carries a big price premium. How much, are these miners really making though? I'm actually running all 3 of those right now on or in our mining farm. So let's look at ETC, and we pretty much mined 0.4 ETC. So it's about $10.56 a day. This is a device that costs us like $5 a day to run or so at a 10 cent per kilowatt hour electricity rate. Now, if we go over to our X16Q, quiet one, it's earning about 0.2 ETC a day. It's only costing, a couple bucks a day to run, $5. You're clearing a big margin over your electricity bill, right? It's earning more than it's burning. It's a profitable device. But again, these devices are definitely carrying a premium, and it's pretty much what you expect. But when we look at the performance of the X16P, you'll see that it's hashing at about 50% more speed, and you're earning about 50% more coin, and it's actually costing you about the same to run. So that is a very profitable device. For me, it clears over $10 a day in ETC. Obviously I'm talking dollars, you're mining coins, profit's not real until you realize it. All that stuff's implied here, right? A key thing to note about Ethereum Classic, though, on the negative side, is that there is a rewards issuance reduction this year. And while it's not as big of an impact as, say, a halving event is, it still is going to decrease Ethereum Classic mining profitability. But I think that honestly, a lot of people are overlooking Ethereum Classic mining, and as much as everyone thinks ETC is gonna go away or disappear or whatever, like Ethereum Classic hit a new all-time high in the previous crypto bull run. I think it's very possible that Ethereum Classic could hit a new, or at least touch the old all-time high in a new cryptocurrency bull run, which it's down 84% from. I think that these miners are overlooked. They're not being deployed by major mining farms, generally speaking, like Bitcoin, and now even Caspa is, as everyone's eyes light up dollar bill signs, which is a terrible currency because the dollar is constantly inflated and the value continues to go down. But that's for a different day video and story. So my initial experience here with the E9 Pro is the rejection rate is weird. It's absurd. When we look at the rejection rate on the jasminer, it's not happening. It's mining on the same mining pool, right? I like the dashboard better here too. At the end of the day, the E9 Pro is still getting it done. It's kind of like just a dirty, even though it's clean, right? And full clarity for Bitmain. But it's just like a dirty machine that's just kind of getting it done. So we'll see where it goes. I'm hopeful for this stuff. I think a lot of smaller miners need to kind of wake up, start looking at other cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. With the Bitcoin halving around the corner and so many, billion-dollar mining farm, Bitcoin mining farm operations, deployed, in progress, continuing to be built out, it's not going to get easier. But granted, I sleep great mining Bitcoin. Altcoins, it's not always a happy ending, but ETC has the Lindy effect, right? It's been here. So that's all I got today. Take from this data for whatever you will. We'll post an updated review as I continue to mess with this thing, look more into it and do some more testing. I'll do some comparisons here as well. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, home of Tails. Tails Vosk is a resident Doge. She's incredible, and we run 10 seconds of Tails on every video. We've got some exciting merch coming out. There's the crazy giveaway, and there's exciting stuff in the pipeline, so I hope you stick with me. And if not, well, see you later. Talking about the video. Bye.